Hey, it's Chillmonger. Hello. Let me tell you why I don't care about this latest Jonathan Majors news story. The worst that can happen has happened. His role with Disney as a superhero villain with an Avengers movie named after him disappeared. So what? I've only been invested in the events of March 25, 2023, inside the car, where, if you listen to the two witnesses who were present, one would be the driver, and the other would be her herself, Grace Jabari Stephanie. None of them described reckless assault. Everything she claimed he meant to do. It was him trying to get assault, like he had intent. So for reckless assault to even be there, Priya Chaudhary is arguing, yeah, you guys got two bites of the apple. This shouldn't have been allowed. As well as what the driver said, she was doing everything. He was doing nothing. This verdict should be thrown out. That's what Priya Chaudhry's talking about. Since then, New York Times obtains access to these information. Okay, they knew what happened. They know that there's gonna be some stuff that was not allowed to be shown during the trial, but they have information, right? That they obtained. Don't ask me how. The only possible place that they could have gotten from was from the district attorney's office, but don't ask me how. Jonathan was dating somebody. Something happened in a mailbox, and he slams her into the mailbox. It says Jonathan's camp says I was doing self-harm to myself. So this is Jonathan's camp, and she was trying to stop me, physically trying to stop me. That's what happened at the mailbox. Okay, truly don't care. And actually, I care about Jonathan Majors and his health. I hate hearing how he has problems that he wants to eliminate himself, prune off the timeline. I don't like knowing that stuff. I'm worried for him there. I also know that everyone else isn't because he's not white. If he was, it would be such a thing where that would be like getting attention and how he needs help and we need to be for him and supportive of him. Can't believe what he was going through in 2016 in that relationship. Why would he say such stuff? That's all I care about. I don't care about something he said in the car. He's allegedly when he was driving, they were driving in a car. He threatened or something. All right. Did you break up with him after he threatened you? Did we hear about it after he threatened you? No, right? Like all that had to be under wraps until this moment here. I just don't look at it with validity. I don't look at any of these stuff with validity until Jonathan confirmed that little bit of it. What's important to me is what happened in March. What's important to me is the global effects of representation and how a guy with talents could have been utilized by Hollywood to do what Carl Weathers was successful in doing and having this kick-ass character in a franchise that gets repetitively viewed over and over again. And then we like him and he's humanized by some of the other whites in the franchise. Carl Weathers accomplished something. Jonathan Majors could have done that in Marvel. He could do that in other roles. We'll see what the studios who are in charge of Hollywood, like the 6 people who are going to decide, we'll see how they feel about this character, this actor. Maybe they'll Nate Parker him. Or maybe this sparks something. I hope that Nate Parker, Jonathan and Megan, you pick, man. Jamie Foxx, just pick everyone. I hope they all put their heads together and realize that there needs to be a studio. What's his name? Byron Allen. Byron Allen, you seem like you're on the right and up and narrow. Go combine your forces and use your star power and your influence. Get some athletes involved too. They can help fund it and they can be part of the box office gross in the back end. They can get their money back that way. We can do a united, like a project. Go find a comic book right now from an independent creator and go, that comic book's cool. We're gonna make some tweaks. Let's talk to the comic writer, the guy who owns it. Make sure that you can figure out all the percentages, who gets what and everything. And then do it, and then make your own little franchise. It doesn't have to be super. It doesn't have to be heroic. It doesn't have to be anything specifically. It just needs to have a lead who's aspirational. I think that's where my mind is. That the Jonathan Majors door at Disney seemingly has closed. And maybe if he can appeal this, or if the verdict can be underruled, what I mean? Maybe Disney changes their mind. That's where my mind is. I don't care about his relationship in Yale, about what happened in Harlem before he got famous. I was only interested in what happened that night, which I believed and still believe he didn't cause any finger injury, because for hours later she's still uninjured. In 4 minutes of talking to these new friends she just meets, never mentions how he hurt her finger. The ear isn't bleeding either. And I've known this since I've seen that video. My eyebrows were up since March 25 or 26, since he denied it. That's me not being swayed. I recognize what the enemy is trying to do to him, including Cheyenne Whitetree. I recognize the intention of bringing this guy down. It's intentional assault. If he did do things in his past that are wrong, undeniably, he deserves to be accountable for that. But don't try to get me to believe he did something to anybody in the past if you're only speaking on it now and you guys have been split up for years. And that he was on set for Lovecraft Country, he was on set for all these big productions, and nothing. But I'm supposed to believe in the past he was this way and it was a problem, and it's very hard to believe. All the nice things that his friends on the Marvel set. Oh, for that set he was on his best behavior? Is that what I'm to believe? Didn't he meet his girl also there? Didn't she, she never came to work? Oh man, me and Jonathan just had a thing. There's no stories of that, right? She was with him. But no, that was the love bombing era. That was the early parts. He's nice in the beginning. Yeah. This is me not believing any of it. And this is me with my eyes are on the prize. They've got to wait until April the 8th to see if they can win and have this verdict of guilty pulled. Fine. I'll take it. The job of these people, and he wasn't even offered a plea deal. The job of these people was to disparage him. So nothing to do with the legal system. The police gave the alley. In comes the DA to do the oop. 2 points for white supremacy. Shout out to Alvin Bragg. Shout out to Cheyenne Whitetree. Hey, you know what's not white supremacy? Ultimate Black Panther, new comic book that came out. I did a panel talking about it here. Check out that if you like comic books. If you don't like comic books, what else do I do on my channel? If you don't like comic books, why do you come on my channel if you don't like comic books? I'm more than just Jonathan Majors, folks. I'm also into this video here. Right there, that one.